Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Reddit Asks Us. Now, before we head into the show, I got a few things to say. Number one, if you're watching or listening on YouTube, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're blessed enough to be listening on any of the audio platforms, be it Spotify, Apple Podcast, or Pandora, please leave us a rating and a review. I see that people have been leaving some more ratings on Spotify, and I appreciate that so much. I think I got a couple, maybe like 3 or 4 different ratings in this past week, and that is so exciting. I am so happy to receive those. I am very grateful. Thank you so much to everybody who's been leaving those, because it really does make a difference. It helps get the show in the algorithm, and it helps to spread the show to more people. And if you enjoy the show and you want to share the show, then please rate the show, because it does make a massive difference. But without further ado, welcome to Reddit Asks Us. I am your host, Luke Dick, and I'm so blessed to be back here with you another week. So I just want to quickly mention that I did the YouTube video stuff for a while here, for a couple weeks. And I realized it's just quite taxing on me to do a lot of that editing, and I found myself not enjoying the content as much anymore, because I had to, spend, a while, really hours editing it down and really condensing all the material. And I'm sorry if you really like the YouTube stuff, but I think I'm going to stick with the audio stuff here for a while. I do still work a full-time job, and I know that I'm going to be heading into school here in the fall, and I also will be coming up with our Raptors podcast again, because the NBA season is creeping up, and we will be, me and my friends, again, Rap Chat podcast. If any of you guys are basketball fans, any of the listeners are basketball fans, then you can tune in to the Rap Chat podcast. We talk about Toronto Raptors, all things Toronto Raptors. But anyways, I think I'm going to just be sticking with the audio stuff just for a little while longer, just out of ease for me. And most of my audience is from these audio platforms anyways, so it kind of works out. But I want to again thank you so much to all my listeners from all over the world. I'm so appreciative that you all have been tuning in. So let's get right into it without further ado. This is episode, I think it's like 107, maybe. And this one comes from main Askreddit page again. What is something you silently judge people for? I feel like I silently judge people for fucking everything. I don't know. I'm so bad with that, but at the same time, I know I do so many things that people definitely look at me and are here's one thing that I do that I guarantee you people silently judge me for. And honestly, this is a bad habit, and I've gotten called out for this so many times. Here's actually a couple things. There's 2 things I can think of off of the top of my head that I'm really bad for. Number 1 is singing in public. If I have my headphones in and I'm with people, but we're kind of especially when with my parents or family or just people, and my headphones in, I'm listening to music, I will just and on my way home and back from work, I'm just singing out loud in the street. I look like a fucking crazy person, because people will be walking by, and I'll just be singing. I'll try not to go full out, but I'm definitely singing enough loud enough for people to hear. And I've definitely gotten some looks on the street, but at the same time, I also think to myself, I'm never going to see these fucking people ever again in my life, so why do I care? Why do I give a fuck? But anyways, I'm swearing a lot this podcast. I'm sorry, guys. Anyways, and then the other thing I do is, especially at dinners and in loud settings, I talk really, really loud, especially when I've had a little bit of influence in me, if you know what I mean. A little bit of that influence, a little bit of that under the influence. I can just get because I have a difficult time. This is so stupid, but I have to, in order to hear myself talk and think, I have to be talking loud enough for myself to hear. And even we'll be having a totally normal conversation, but the background noises and conversation messes with my ability to think. So I have to talk over it, and then I end up just being really, really loud, and people can get quite annoyed with me. My mom always has to do this thing where she puts her hand up and then slowly lowers it down. She's turn down the volume. But yeah, so those are definitely 2 things I know people definitely silently judge me for. But we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about everybody else. All right, let's just hop into this episode. So this first one is from Pretzel's Thirst. Being obviously in the way. Like getting to the end of an escalator and just standing there, or standing with a group of people in a doorway or an aisle, or stopping to stare at your phone in the middle of the sidewalk. Just move out of the way, like 2 steps in everyone's life is so much easier. This happened to me the other day. I was literally walking into Superstore, and there's this family that's just standing in the middle of the automatic doors. They're just talking. I'm like, and then, oh my God, this was so frustrating. I literally had to, like, step around them. And then they looked at me like I was the weird one. I'm like, you're the one who's fucking standing in the middle of the doorway right now. Like, oh my God. I was quite frustrated. But, and I'm like, this is the main entrance to get into this whole place. You do realize you're just standing here talking. What are you doing? What could possibly be so important that you need to block other people's entrance into the grocery store? It's literally the place where we buy food. It's literally the place where we feed ourselves. Like, little self-awareness, people. That frustrated me so much. And the escalator is the worst thing. You'll be like on an escalator. This happens to me all the time at work because I work in a lot of buildings where there's big conferences and stuff, and there'll be like a conference happening, you know, I'll take the escalator to go down to like go get myself lunch or something, and there'll be like people having like a conversation on the escalator, and then they get to the bottom of the escalator, they step like 2 steps in front of the escalator, and then they're just like standing there and they're just having their conversation. I'm like, you do realize the door is like right there. Like if you want to, you can leave. You can just step out of everyone's, and everyone's kind of like, they're sidestepping them, and I'm kind of looking at them. Meanwhile, they're just like locked into this conversation. It's like, there are more places to go to have conversations that are better suited than the bottom of the escalator. Like, this is probably one of the worst places to have a conversation, is the bottom of the escalator. Like, come on, guys. There's a door leading to the outside. Right there. This building is full of conference rooms. Find one. Go. Have a conversation there. This is blocking everybody else's way. These people are the people who think that they're the main character of the fucking story, man. They believe that their work is, and whatever their conversation is pertaining to, is the most important thing that needs to be discussed right fucking now. And it's like, bruh, chill the fuck out. We have a reply here from Black Delilah Lady. I've encountered people blocking the aisle in the store. They'll be standing there having a conversation and blocking the entire aisle, yet when you say, excuse me, they give you a dirty look like you're in the wrong for asking them politely to get out of the way. One of the first things my mom taught me when I was a kid, and we were in the store, was to never block an aisle. It's rude. And people who you're in the aisle, and what you're looking for is right in front of you, but there's like just people having a conversation right there, and you're kind of just like standing there, like, you know, you don't want to reach in, but like you kind of like, you know, hey, do you mind if I'm gonna go buy something else. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, bruh, like your whole cart, like. The grocery store is supposed to be synergy, okay? We're all supposed to respect each other and move around in a sort of cyclic way. You know, a way where we can all float around, and it does not take you. If you want to have a conversation, walk and have a conversation. You can walk and have a conversation at the same time. It's not like, oh my God. I feel like some people, well, now that I say that, I feel like some people can't walk and have a conversation at the same time. It's like, what is that thing? It's like walking and chewing gum at the same time or whatever. People can't do that. So I feel like some of these people can't walk and have a conversation at the same time. They're like, yeah, so, oh, sorry, we got to just stop here. I got to finish my story. And then they start walking again. Oh, I have another. Yeah, we got to stop. It's like, bro. Come on, bro. You need to, like, hustle here. We need to act in a more like a river. It should flow like a river. Pick up your things, you move on to the next thing. It's like a big flow. It's a flow-shui story. We should be flowing through the grocery store with a little bit of feng shui, and not all these slow ass motherfuckers. Next one here comes from Stella the Wizard. I hate when people leave their paper coffee cup on a random shelf in Walmart when they're done with it. That's so gross and entitled. Throw away your own garbage. We have a reply here from Reef Tanks 10,000. I used to work at a grocery store, a Publix. People would leave chicken bones from the fried chicken in the deli aisle all throughout the store. You lose a lot of faith in humanity working with customers. I'm just... What do you think we should go next? What are we looking for? I'm done with these wings, though. Oh, there's a shelf. Okay, I'll just put them right there. Someone will clean it up. Yeah, someone will clean it up. But my hands are still kind of saucy, like... Towel section. Okay, let's go to towel section. I wipe off my hands. Like, what the fuck? Chicken bones, bro? All right, what kind of degenerate are you? Chicken bones, bro? Come on, dude. You dog. You can't be doing the chicken bones, okay? Like, listen. I am in no way supportive of any littering whatsoever. I hate littering. Littering is like one of those things for me. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't understand how people don't give a fuck when it comes to littering. It's like, bro, like, how is that something you're not taught? How is that something that it's just okay to just throw your garbage anywhere? Like, it just seems like we live in a modern society. These are like those inborn things that they teach us. Look at the way our society is structured. Look at the way that our streets look. Why? Who thinks that there should be garbage there? We're not living in the fucking 1800s anymore, folks. We're living in the modern era. Streets are designed specifically for things. Garbage cans are literally every block. Every single block there's a garbage can. In grocery stores and in regular stores, in Walmarts and department stores, there's garbage cans. They're in the store. They're in the hallway of the malls. Like, there are so many. There's literally a million better places to throw your garbage than to litter it in a store. Like, I couldn't possibly just be thinking to myself, like, oh, coffee was so good. I love Starbucks. Don't you love Starbucks? Yeah, it's so good. There's not a garbage can right here, though. Yeah, this shelf will just be just fine. Yeah. How about right next to the shelves. Yeah, right there. Yeah. How about that? Oh, we're in the culinary aisle anyway. It's a paper cup, like, they'll deal with it. Like, come on, bro. Grow up. Throw your garbage in the fucking garbage can. Next one here comes from Chipman94. Watching videos at full volume in public. I don't understand this. This is TikTok. This is what TikTok has done to our society. This is what we're doing now. There's a super hilarious TikTok. If anyone doesn't know, please watch That Martin Kid on TikTok. Please watch his videos. He is probably one of the funniest dudes I've ever seen. Him and Not Clay. Not Clay is the guy who does all the Chad impressions. But yo, That Martin Kid is so funny. He's got this TikTok, and I don't think this was staged, but so it's like during COVID. It was a couple months back, and he like has his mask under his chin at an airport. And this woman is sitting down, and he got someone like sitting across the aisle in the seats, like at the airport to like record this. And this woman is sitting down. Her bag's like almost right in front of her. He goes up. It's like one of those travel on bags, but it's like a hard outside and you can wheel it. And he uses the little handle and like pushes it back. and then sits down in the seat right next to her, even though like the whole aisle is open, and starts watching TikToks out loud on his phone, and it's like, in a minute, da-na-na-na, I'm gonna need a cinnamon, like that song. He's just laughing, and the lady looks at him like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, oh my god. TikTok, I swear, has helped in our de-evolution process. It is helping to degrade our ability to think and function as people. Like, like, it's just the worst when especially because like you'll be like sitting somewhere and then someone will be right beside you like watching, and then like you catch yourself like looking down at what they're looking at, but it's like you don't want to be doing that because you don't want to see what they're doing. You're just annoyed and you're like, what could they possibly be watching or doing? And then if they see you watching, they might like look at you and be like, what the fuck? Like, this is my phone. This is my TikTok account. You want to watch TikToks? Go on your own phone. It's like, bro, you're playing it on full volume. You're sitting right next to me. The whole aisle of seats is open, bro. Like, what's wrong with you? Oh my god. And it's like people will be like playing a song or like be on TikTok, and then they'll just be like, this is so funny. This is so funny. This is so funny. Yeah, I bet it would be really funny if I had the same fucking sense of humor. Like, clearly we don't have the same sense of humor if that's what you're doing here in the airport. Yo, I love this song. Don't you love this song? Yo, it's bumping. This is bumping so hard. They should put me on aux in the airport. You think they have aux? Do you think they have aux in the airport? Do you think they would give me aux if I went and asked? My flight's leaving in like 30 minutes, but like, you think they would give me aux if I asked for it? My aux is so fire. It's so fire. Bro, follow me on TikTok. Follow me. What's your Instagram? No, here. I'll follow myself. Give me your phone. The type of dude who takes your phone, follows himself on TikTok, and doesn't follow you back. Like, what the fuck? This guy's just farming followers. He's grooming followers. There's a reply here from EQ8DR2. Had someone blast music on the bus. I looked at them like, are you fucking serious? She looked at me like I'm the asshole. Yeah, I'm fucking playing my song. Fucking dick. Can you not hear? I'm listening. Don't listen. This is my song. This is my music. Please don't listen. I'm vibing right now. You're actually killing my vibe. You're crunching my vibe right now. You're sinking your teeth and chomping into my vibe right now. Back the fuck off. For real. For real. You want to catch these hands? Let's get off next bus stop. Catch these hands, bro. Seriously, catch these fucking hands. Like, yeah, it's my music. That's what I thought. Asshole. There's another reply from Big Black Schlongboard. Really? That's your username? Okay, Big Black Schlongboard. Every single time I make the mistake of eating out at a fast food place, there's someone blasting TikToks the entire fucking time. This is why you never eat in at a fast food restaurant. You never, ever eat in at a fast food restaurant. You always order to take out or drive through. Why would you ever sit inside? That's a red flag. If you're the type of person that likes to sit inside fast food restaurants, that's a red flag right there. 100%. 6-year-olds, 60-year-old boomers, they're either watching toy reviews or Wheel of Fortune highlights. Wheel of Fortune highlights. Of course, they let every video play 2 to 3 times. I mean, we had Vine for years before this. Why has TikTok suddenly made it socially acceptable to blast videos out of your phone speaker in public at any age? Yeah, so when you're fixing the drywall, what you really want to do is to be able to paste the putty and then scrape. Paste the putty and then scrape. You see? You paste the putty and then you scrape. You paste it. You see how he's doing it there? Yeah, you paste it and then you scrape. Watch the technique, watch it. Haha, he's really good at this. Do you have TikTok? Oh, I love TikTok. All the kids are using TikTok. My son showed me TikTok. Well, my grandson. Yeah. He watches a lot of, do you know Fortnite? Fork knife. Is that it? Yeah, whatever one. Yeah. Yeah. He watches a lot of those videos. But you know, it's really great for DIY videos. Yeah. Yeah, I learned how to build a shelf. Yeah. Bro, I'm sure you're a nice old man, but sir, the algorithm has taken control of your life and you don't even realize it. How? We are letting Vietnam vets, motherfuckers who had bullets flying over their heads, be affected by the goddamn TikTok algorithm. Bruh. If that doesn't say something about our society, I don't know what does. Why are we letting this happening? Why are we letting TikTok deteriorate us? And like, this is, I know I just shouted out that Martin kid on TikTok and that not Clay, but I actually don't even have a personal TikTok account. I just want to make that very clear. I don't have my own personal TikTok account. These are guys who I've seen reposted on Instagram, and I use my TikTok account for my podcasts and stuff to go and look them up, and I'll go and watch their videos every once in a while when they upload something new because they're that funny. These specific people. But I know 100% I would spend a whole day on TikTok if I actually had the app. There's just no way I wouldn't. Next one comes from Original Insect 9948. Really? You're the original? I'm so sure. Fat people who I see running. I judge them in a good way. I always root for them. You know what? And the reason why I read this one out is because I actually do this too. Like whenever I'm at the gym and I see like someone who's like overweight or something, I always try to make a mental note in my head like, I'm really glad you're here. Like, I'm glad that you're exercising. Listen, people can be healthy at all different weights, and people can be comfortable at all different weights, but there is no doubting exercise is good for you. If you function well at 250, 300 pounds, but you exercise all the time, exercise is good for you. Like, it doesn't matter like what weight you are. Exercise is just proven to be a good thing for human beings. One of the things that I realized about, one of the things I've learned about exercise too and about human beings is that for the longest time, like human beings really didn't need to have exercise, like specifically exercising for the sake of exercising, because we would often do so much manual labor in our everyday lives, like hunting for food. We would have to spend time hunting food, else we would literally die. That would often be our physical activity. But since we live such, I believe it's sedentary lifestyles, I think that's what it's called. But these modern lifestyles where, you know, most people in the world, in the Western world, in modern society, working like 9-to-5 jobs, and for most of that time you're sitting or you're standing or you're walking around. You're not really lifting. You're not running. You're not engaged in a lot of active activity. So you kind of just sit there, and your body doesn't get the work into it that it evolutionarily biologically needs. So now we're kind of shifting into this era where we need to specifically like put work into our bodies, and exercise is just proven to be good for you. Exercise is good for everybody. So when I see someone who's overweight, maybe they want to lose weight, or something like that at the gym, like I always keep a mental note in my head too. Like I related to this one because I'm always like, yeah, like let's go. Like I think a lot of times some people who are overweight and want to lose weight, or when their weight is affected by it's affecting their health, like their weight is affecting their health and they want to start working out. I feel really bad for people who are, you know, overweight and it is affecting their health. So, you know, they need to exercise some more. I feel bad for them when I see them at the gym and I can tell they're a little shy or timid, because I hate it. This is why, like, I can't stand, like, meatheads and stuff, because a lot of times, like, that alpha male culture will try to, like, put these people down, and it ends up ruining their self-esteem and ability to feel the motivation to want to exercise. Because let me tell you this, like, if you actually get into exercising and you start to notice change, and for the better, it's almost impossible to stop. You know, I started lifting weights and exercising when I was, like, 14, 15 years old, and I used to be really skinny. Like, I used to be very skinny. It took me so long, and even till this day, I'm still working to be able to build muscle in a lot of areas of my body. But once I started noticing those changes, it motivates you, because you're like, wow, like, I feel stronger. Like, I feel better. I look fucking cool. You know, I like, you know, I mean, obviously don't want to say that I'm like a god or anything with how I look, but you look at yourself in the mirror and I feel like you were able to feel a little bit more confidence because you feel more strength within yourself, you know? And you can feel that the work is paying off. And I think that's like a huge part of it. And it makes me feel bad whenever I see people who are at the gym sometimes and they might look a little shy or timid or discouraged, because I really, really want to go up to them and just be like, yo, like, I'm so glad you're here. I'm glad anyone here is here. I'm glad everybody's here because this is a great place to be. The gym is an awesome place. I love the gym. You know, it's a place where you can just leave everything in your outside world and life aside, and you can just go and focus in on this one thing for an hour. You know what I mean? That's all you really need is an hour. And like, think about how much hours you've spent doing other things. 1 hour. And like, this also frustrates me too is, I mean, I don't want to go on this rant for too long. The last thing I'll kind of say with this as well is that, like, people, you don't have to go hard, like super hard. That's one of the biggest mistakes I see a lot of people make, is they might find this trainer that wants them to just grind, you know, sweating their ass off, like just work, and they're kind of yelling at them like, you know, like, let's go, 5 more. I feel like that discourages a lot of people from working out. I feel like you have to start slow. You have to start with what people are comfortable with, and you build from there, especially for somebody who's never really spent a whole lot of time working out. It's like, I'm not going to make you start trying to dumbbell curl 40 pounds, you know, for 12 to 15 reps every single time. I literally will get you out the 10-pound weights and start you off with 10 pounds. Because every little thing matters, you know? Every little thing matters. It's like, if you never lifted weights in your life, you're decently strong. Let's start with 15 pounds. Let's see if you can do 15 reps. We'll maybe do 5 sets of those. You're going to be tired at the end of that, or even 3 sets, but it's not going to feel like you're lifting just so much weight and you're being pushed beyond, and you feel discouraged because you're just so pushed beyond what your ability to do, and you're just like, I fucking hate this. You know what I mean? It's people are pushed into hating a lot of things when it comes to the gym. And I was lucky enough to have a mentor when I went to the gym when I first started going, who understood, you know, what I needed to do. And they were like, I'm not going to force you to do something you can't or don't want to do. Like, we're just going to start off easy and slow. And then you start building and building and building. And before you realize it, you're in great fucking shape. Next one comes from Aqua Queens. People who keep their dogs on chains outside 24/7. If you want an aggressive dog, this is the way to do it. Like, I see people, I've heard people say like, oh yeah, we're going to go take the dog outside for a walk. And then they just go chain it up outside. And then the dog's like going to run and just gets his neck pulled. Like, what the fuck? That's not walking your dog. Walking your dog is literally taking it to a dog park where it can run around and do dog shit. Do shit that dogs do. Dogs are not meant to just like chill and hang in the house all day. They're meant to be out running and doing dog stuff. And keeping them on a chain outside is like the worst thing in the world. Like, bruh, you gotta let your dog roam free. Like, you gotta let your dog be a dog. It's literally an animal. It's evolved from a wild animal. It's literally related to wolves. Like, you need to give it its time outside. These people are abusing their dogs. We have a reply from Apprehensive Bus 675. This is how we got our old dog. My brother started a new job, and the commute to and from work took him along a different route. He kept noticing a dog in a field and initially thought it was living its best life. We lived in a rural area at the time, and most homes had a lot of yard space. Sorry. Eventually, he started to get suspicious that the dog was always in at the same or very close to spot. So one day, he took a closer look and realized the dog was not only tied up, but covered in cigarette burns and had very little to no water. Oh my God. So my brother just grabbed the dog and brought him home. As far as we know, no one ever looked for it. We had that dog for about 12 years, and he was honestly the best boy. I don't recommend dog theft, but I kind of recommend dog theft. No, hey man, if animals are getting abused, you gotta thief it, man. You gotta theft that dog. Theft the fuck out of that dog, man. Especially like People who abuse animals are another type of evil, bro. People, if you were an animal abuser, bro, you are a totally different level of shitty person. Like, you, oh my God. How could you abuse an animal, dude? Like, you're gonna pick on something that's not even, like, in the same realm of consciousness as you? Like, bro, that is so messed up. If you see a dog's being abused, please go and thief the dog. Thief that dog. Make sure it finds a better home. Let it go. It'll probably enjoy life more in the wild than it would fucking in a home with somebody burns their cigarettes out on it. Jesus Christ. That's fucked up. Next one comes from Punk Star Babe. I understand being in a toxic or shitty relationship and that some people can't leave. I understand that. But I've met some girls who are balls deep, obsessed with their shitty ass boyfriends, and they think that they can change them or think they're in love when the guy's an asshole and a bum. My neighbor, for example, cares more about her druggy boyfriend than her own child. Stuff like that, I will judge you for. No, it's fine. It's literally fine. He just loves me. I know he has the GPS tracker on my phone. I literally know. Oh, sorry, he's calling me. Oh, where the fuck am I? Oh, I'm just hanging out with a friend. Yeah. Oh, no friends. No friends this week? Oh, you're so silly. You're so... Oh, get my ass home. Okay, bye. Okay, yeah, I'll be right home. Oh, jeez. Toxic. Yo. Toxic as fuck. Like, I've met so many people like this. Like, yeah, he cheats on me, but it's his way of showing me love, right? Because it's like, it's a way of making me angry and it's passionate, you know, because he wants me to get mad to just like show me that oh, those girls, he just likes to have sex with those girls, but he really likes to love me. When he has sex with me, it's love. When he has sex with those other girls, it's not. But he cheats on me all the time though. But it's so funny though. He's so quirky for that. He's just such a quirky guy, you know? Just such a quirky guy. He's so quirky. Bruh, some of these, I don't know what it is. I think it's so tough. I literally have witnessed this exact thing. People will go in these cycles of just toxic relationships, arguing all the time about nothing. Like you left the stove on? How could you? See, this is why we're never gonna work. Like, I don't understand. Like, I've been witness to like so many people with toxic relationships, and at the end of the day, I'm just like, I just don't understand why you're staying in this. I don't understand what the motivation is here. Like, what's the point? Why would you do this? Like, I think a lot of it has to do. I think this is just my personal opinion, but I think a lot of it has to do with people seeing subpar versions of what relationships are supposed to look like in their own lives. So like their parents have toxic relationships, their grandparents or their auntie and uncle or whoever they grow up, or if they're single parents and their relationships with other people, it's their model of what a proper relationship is supposed to look like is so distorted and skewed that they only know that type of relationship, and so that's what they manifest in their own life. And you know, thankfully I'm lucky enough. I'm extremely blessed and extremely lucky to come from a family where I have very much two loving parents, and I come from a loving family, and that is very important to me. But I think it's also helped me realize, like, I was in a toxic relationship at one point in my life, and like I feel like in a way sometimes the easy way is to stay in that relationship because it's comfortable. Right? It's what you know. But I remember thinking to myself, I was like, yo, like, this is not what a relationship is supposed to be. And, you know, I'm not going to say toxic. I think it was both of our faults, too, because I think, I was not in a space where I should have been in a relationship at that point in my life. But I don't really think she was either, you know? And I don't think that we were even right for each other, like, in all honesty. But, like, that's the thing is I actually I do have a good, you know, a view of what a good relationship is supposed to be like, right? And I think a lot of people just have trouble manifesting that in their own lives because they don't have the best example of what a relationship is supposed to be, you know, to them. I guess. But geez, man, the way that some people will go so out of the way for people who don't give a fuck about them is just beyond me. Like, whew. We got to start teaching. We got to get some value classes in our school, man. We got to learn how to get people to value themselves, bruh. These people are undervaluing themselves. For sure, for real. Last one here comes from Kalai. Kind of niche, but I silently judge people who do extremely hard hikes/dangerous hikes woefully unprepared for or wearing sandals, sneakers, inappropriate footwear. I live in Colorado, and too often we get headlines related to these kind of people. There is no excuse with all the resources available to do research on the hike you're going on. Ultimately, SNR is going to have their use their resources save your ass from something that was of your own doing. But I silently judge because I believe that sometimes you need to learn the hard way. What? What do you mean I can't wear flip-flops when I'm skydiving? Are you trying to limit my rights? Are you trying to limit my rights as a sovereign human being on this planet? If I want to wear flip-flops, I'm gonna wear fucking flip-flops, bro. What is wrong with you? Come on. Really? What are you, Hitler? What are you, a communist? No flip-flops? Yeah, we'll see. Breaks his fucking ankles. All right. Anyways, that's going to be the end of the show there for today, folks. Thank you all so much for tuning in to Reddit Asks Us. I'm your host, Luke Dick. And remember, if you're watching on YouTube or listening on YouTube, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever else you get your podcasts, make sure to leave us a rating and please leave us a review. I love you all so much, all my beautiful friends on the internet, and I am looking forward to seeing y'all next week. Peace out. I love you. See you later.